Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Are you pushing buttons?
I didn't touch anything.
I didn't touch anything either.
Yeah,
No,
How's it
I
going?
did not.
Welcome to our Red Friday show, folks. We are here to get you caught up on what we've been doing, let you know what's coming up in the very near future, and well, I think that we think we're funny as well, so we like to have fun while we're here. It's Friday. Friday means Red Friday, so please remember, every deployed today, we wear our red to show how much we are supporting and thinking about those who are deployed. So keep that in your thoughts, and we'll get started here.
Absolutely. I always change the script. That's what I'm good at doing, is changing and flipping the script.
Here we go. I got zero idea where he's going, folks. Zero idea what's coming up.
I am in that mood. It's just the thing. First of all, I want to thank Derek Iozio of Catch 22 down in Texas and his just amazing support and being out there and his mission and just moving forward all the time and supporting so many other organizations, including the People's Patriot Project. And, you always get those little posts that are, I have a hard time doing it because we're in the trenches daily supporting veterans and first responders. We throw things out there like Remember Everyone Deployed Friday, and that's our Red Friday. We wear red to do that. And we do some Patriot Forward projects and making sure that people understand that that's what the mission is for the day. And then Derek, and this is not an attack on Derek, this is just what a bunch of our veterans and first responders do. Being a supporter of veterans, I'm going to make a wager without being pessimistic that out of my several friends and less than 25 will take the time to put this on their wall. You just have to copy it from my wall and paste it to yours, then type done on my wall. I've done this for a friend to spread awareness of post-traumatic stress disorder. We lose 22 veterans a day. More needs to be done and help veterans in need, support our veterans. And then, I sat and I listened to Adam Bird this morning and how he says, I don't get to see many people say this is PTSD month. And I don't know if he's right. I don't know if he's wrong. I'm not going to say that. And we love Adam Bird to death and Heroes Media Group. But I had my own little add-on to Mr. Iozio's post because I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done, and I need the world to know I'm kind of done. And someone messaged me and said, "Oh my goodness, your post was a little spicy today." And heck yes, it was a little spicy today. And it's going to get spicy, and it's going to continue to get spicy. Here's my add-on. Stop the crap. There doesn't need to be any more awareness. We know our brothers and sisters are fighting the battle of their lives. They are struggling because they made the choice to serve you and your own communities and country. Literally, 90% of our country is sitting by watching this happen. They don't have the balls to sign the line or the courage to run into burning buildings. They don't have the stomach to hold the hands of those who are taking their last breath at the traumatic incident on the highway, and they surely can't live up to the standard it takes to police all of it while being spit on and disgraced while doing their service. But they sure in hell love the freedom. The freedom to run their mouths ignorantly at whatever social media event catches their eye and their little sensitive point of perspective. The freedom to lay their big fat heads on the privilege of the pillows of freedom while having zero worries of what could come through their back door, while showing zero hesitation in dialing 911 to come save their ass as they need it. Stop talking about it and be about it. Get some skin in the game. Earn and own the freedoms this great country has and will always offer everyone. To remember is not enough. Enjoy your freedom that has been bought and paid for by others. MF and Patriot Pride. I didn't say that. And Andrea knows there's enough behind the scenes stuff going on right now that I'm a little edgy, and that's okay. It's okay. I have the freedoms to speak this, and this is what our organization does. And I wish people would take it more seriously because I don't think there's a person, and we have a total of 3 at this moment, but maybe more later. I don't think there's a person that hesitates for a second to dial 911 when their ass is in trouble. I don't think they hesitate for a second. And not only do they not hesitate, they expect immediate, quick, professional help now. That's the expectation. And
thank you, Angie. Look at that. Thanks, Angie. Yeah, that's it. You could say that. And so I don't think we need to stop creating awareness, but that is definitely not the forefront. While we're out there with boots on the ground and taking the lead and reaching those who need the help, that's where our awareness comes from. The stories that come out of that, the success stories and the not so successful stories, and those who will come and share their stories. That's our key to awareness. But we're not letting anyone slip through while we're out there just talking about stuff. We're here waiting for you, ready to take you in, ready to help you out. So,
well, we're doing our darndest to do it. And sadly, we've had to let a couple go over the last months. Not literally go to the like 22 realm, but what's to stop them from doing that? I mean, we've had to tell some of our veterans and first responders lately, we can't help you. There's no help for you right now. We'll do the best we can with what we have, but you might have to figure this out on your own at this moment, which, you know what? That's not a terrible message for everybody. But again, let's go back to that 911 call. Your house is burning down. Grandmammy is sitting there dying. Or do you want to figure it out on yourself right then, or do you want to call 911 and get some help? I get it. I understand, and I get it. But You need to stop and realize for a moment that these first responders are seeing this trauma day in and day out. 600 million first responder calls a year, and there's less than 8 million first responders in the country. So figure that math out. Zero tax, but here's the deal. Lower your expectations. That's what I'm just going to say. Lower your expectations. If you got no skin in the game, if you don't go out and get the training, if you're not willing to sign the dotted line, lower your expectations. That's all I'm going to say.
You just here. Let me help you. Just hold on. Just help you. Take a deep breath. There you go. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Shh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Yeah, Petey's had a heck of a day. It's been a heck of a couple days. So, what do we do? What do we do this week?
What's that scene where is it? And I won't remember the name of the movie, but the Christmas Story, where the dad gets really mad. That's all you hear. That's we'll just put this on me for a second.
You just like that, and Angie will know what we're talking about.
All right, there we go.
Nice. You made a reference, and Angie will get it because there's something about the leg lamps. Didn't that come from the leg lamp?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Somebody somewhere has the leg lamp, and I think Dan brought that to us. Speaking of Dan, Angie, Dan, and all of that, Mark, I'm stepping in here. June 19th, last Sunday, we got your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime, episode 104. You guys, we're flying through the 100s now. We were entertained with guest Dan Hudson of Operation Check 6 and with some music from Waylon McMullen. So we did introduce Dan. We're calling him one of us, and he is, he's a good guy. So we were going to try to go visit him this week, but dang, there's only so much car time and time in a day that you can do stuff. So
we wouldn't have made it. We would have been way left. I mean, we got Royalty House, Miss Ruffin, and we've got her scheduled and booked up for, I believe it's June 17th, and I might have that, or July 17th. But excited to have her. But you're right. If we would have done everything we wanted to do yesterday, we would have burned the midnight oil, and I was willing to do it. I don't know if everyone else in our world was willing to do that.
There were things that kind of might have gotten in the way, like getting home at the end of the day. Right. Oh yeah, Rick Adams. Thank you, Angie. Has the leg lamp. So yeah, we're gonna get him on the show. That'll be kind of fun. I in my house there is a mini leg lamp as well. It's a favorite show, and it's Fragile. It's Italian. It's Fragile. Yes. So it's So fun with that stuff. And Dan was a great. So we call him one of ours. He
for sure is one of ours.
Yeah, he is. Oh boy, there's Ledford. Hey, Ledford.
Ledford, fix your issue. We got a tissue for your issue.
We'll talk about that in a second. We'll get your name on there. Dan will be one of us, and we have already made plans, and we will already be putting things in action very, very, very soon with Dan. And then we had music from Waylon McMullen. And is he from Florida? Shoot. Oh, you guys, we've had so many conversations. Anyway, so besides for cool music, I'll tell you what, I just put 2 of the songs on here because you'll have to go watch the show or listen to the podcast for the other one. But I think he started out with Not Ready to Go. And he did talk about having a tissue. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. My dog, I can't see him, but
Is he talking to you?
I don't know what he's doing over there, but it sounds horrible. So I'm sorry if you can hear that. But Not Ready to Go, he wrote. I believe his uncle died the day he was leaving. And or the day he signed up. I can't remember the day. And it's very touching, and you definitely will need tissues with that one. And then another one, same kind of thing, walls.
Angie, which
Gosh.
might be AKA Dan, is saying corpus, and which makes sense
Oh yeah,
because
Corpus Christi. Yes.
he is a marine
Oh, yeah.
biologist that likes to swim with sharks.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, this is so awesome.
So
And
that
look at
is.
our family keeps growing. The family
know.
keeps growing. The network keeps growing. People talking about the People Patriot Project keeps growing.
I know. Look at this is like the chatterbox over here on the side too. Look at all that. Ah. So Alyssa, can't wait to meet you. That'll be awesome. We have the circle put together.
She likes her T's crossed and her I's dotted, and she's put the pressure on me a little bit. I told her she'd be good to go, but and I appreciate that because we don't always get that pressure from our artists and or our guests.
Sometimes we don't get any word.
Last minute, hey, cancel, I forgot about that one.
No, I wonder if they're coming on. Remember that? I was sitting there like, yeah, I think we have a guest coming in. And then it's like 3 minutes into the intro and poof, there they are.
Here they are.
Who?
Let's
we
not
always
say
have
that because that might be calling out some people that.
Oh no, they know who they are. They walked right in the door. Or then there was someone who was here a whole hour early but didn't have dinner. So maybe we went to the taco house.
I gotta say,
that was awesome.
CJ Garden was the funniest guest we ever had because I'm watching the clock and he was on an entire hour early.
Yeah.
And about 37 minutes of the show, which is plenty of time. And he goes, hey, do you guys mind if I run to the taco stand down the street? And I'm like, I think there's time.
Sure.
And so we're there and I'm watching it. And he orders a Michelada with about 7 minutes to showtime. And it's one of those big 33 ounces. And I'm like, there's no way he's going to make this. And he did. It was the funniest thing I have ever seen.
No, he knew what he was doing. He knew that. So we got to go with him on the camera, and he walks in. They're like, "Hey, CJ." I'm like, "Oh, you've been there a couple times before." Yeah, you're having the regular today. Yeah, and the McLaren. And it was just it was cool.
Barrera with the consomme on the side. I'm just like, okay, here we go.
It was awesome.
This is the funnest part of our. I'm going to tell you, this is our weekly debrief. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but me and Andrea both have decided, because we call it the weekly debrief, we do this with no pants on.
Yeah.
We won't ever show you, but it's just the way it is because we think it's funny.
It's funny because it's a debriefing exercise.
Every part of that was a lie, but it's where we get to let loose and talk about us and what we're doing and where we're going and how we're doing it. And We Got Your 6 at 6 on Sundays is about our other boots on the ground organizations. We take a little bit more serious note about it and share with the veteran and first responder world where you can go immediately to get help. Immediately, not now. And I say that loosely because if you reach out to the People's Patriot Project, we are on you. I can't vouch for everyone else in the network, but we have about 180 other organizations with boots on the ground. I'd like to say they are in the same commitment, and I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying I know what we do. And so if you find anyone that's ever in need, if you're ever in need, please 763-238-5971. You can find it on all of our platforms. It's not a fancy number yet. We'll get to one of those fancy numbers when we start funding everything that we're supposed to be doing.
Hey, we're not alone. You know that handy dandy site called Alignable? I was in on a group discussion today about one person asked, and it turned into a big discussion. One person said, hey, is it okay to use your private number? Do I have to? I'd rather not get a second phone. Can you do 2 lines on one phone? And right now I'm using my one phone. And so we're definitely not alone on that one. It just, 2 years ago, I was already carrying 2 separate phones around because I had switched it over, but I had so much info on the old one.
Eichmann's got 3 phones, just so you know.
I probably have 4 because
her daddy, her sugar daddy, her extra daddy, and
then
the People's Patriot Project.
And then Cooper has his. I'm attached to my pet. I don't know if you know, but anyway. So yeah, we're not alone on that. We'll get there. I think here's what happens, you guys. We do all these fundraisers and we divvy up, like we have these percentages. And man, Ray's a bookkeeper, and that's the brain that I needed. I don't do that piece. I just throw it all in there and then I pull it out when I need it. And that apparently wasn't the way it was supposed to go. So now we have some dollars set aside for the administrative things and those like equipment kind of things. And so eventually we'll have enough dollars in there for a phone, at least one. At least Peterson might have one separate phone, but it's all good. It's all good. That's part of the growing, and goodness knows we've been growing long enough. We should be there soon. I don't know. It's kind of like my real life. Just don't
So there's some new stuff. If you're on our sites, you'll notice that you can see in our posts there are stars on all of our posts now, and you can donate briefly, quickly, 99 cents. That's, you know what? That's all we'd ask for at any given moment. Can you donate more? You can. But if you like what we're doing, like it with a star, and just it gives us the opportunity to keep this platform going. It allows us the opportunity to keep people in the conversation. It allows us to continue. And again, we have this philosophy of being ready so we don't have to get ready. We're not ready. We're not ready for much right now at this moment.
We're getting there. We're working every day.
We can work the network, and we can get people some of the stuff. But I'd like to be say, "Oh, you're in crisis. Let's take care of this right now," and we'll get there.
Yeah, no, it's a couple of phone calls away, so it's good. It is good. So I don't know, Mark, do you have that link so that we can get Ledford's name on the screen?
I put it up there.
That's the one. Okay.
StreamYard.com/Facebook. If you click onto that, it will take you right to the StreamYard link that allows you to literally connect your Facebook to StreamYard so everyone can see who we're talking about. I mean, we've had Angie Hudson, I'm going to say AKA Dan Hudson, on. We've had Alyssa Ruffin, a couple of Facebook users, and we're not getting our regular Friday
group is
crowd.
not here. It's probably too nice outside. People are doing stuff. It's
I
finally summer outside.
I was outside cooking up some ice block chicken. I'm smoking some ice blocks, and it's working out really well.
It's like a sauna in there for those chickens. If that water like melts and then it steams, that's like a sauna. And I'm saying sauna. Those of you who might not know, I bet Dan knows. Dan and Alyssa, it's a sauna. If you're up there on the range.
Oh, for sure.
Sauna.
For sure. And they like their saunas up there.
Oh gosh, in the winter and all the time.
So I've had one heck of a day, and I don't think I'm showing it on my skin. I'm not wearing it on my sleeve. Blah 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 blah. And I just went outside. It's been a week, and it's okay. I can handle weeks, and you know what? And Sugar Rose does a great job. You'll see Sugar Rose on Monday at 6:00, 7:00. Sometimes I don't remember. She's settling in. She's building it for Motivation Monday talk, but. One of her messages is it's okay to not be okay. And it is 100%. Guess what? Stuff isn't always going to be pretty. And we've just been busy this week, and some things happen. And so I brine chickens, and brine is putting them in a salt solution with honey and wine and other herbs. And you do this in preparation to smoke them. And then I can say this word. I spatchcock them.
It was a good fun word.
I know.
How do you do your chickens? I spatchcock them.
Yep. And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" And he see what he just said. I did. Look it up. I spatchcock my chickens and I put them in this brine. Well, I have some people in my house. I suppose I can say, no, they're not a teenager. They're the tweener. They're not a teenager, not 21 yet. But they kind of like infiltrate and take things that may not be theirs, which a brining bucket's not a big thing. And I'm not really upset about it, but it did kind of delay a process of something I had to do. Travis Partington, good to see you, brother. Gosh dang it, you're everywhere. It embarrasses me. We need to do better. We need to be more like you is what we need to be like. And so,
Be like Travis.
for sure, TP. So I'm brining chickens, and I didn't get to them, and honestly, Monday some stuff happened. I forgot, and I moved on. And well, I'm only supposed to brine them for 3 days, and now they've been brining for a week, which we'll see how that turns out. They might be a little bit salty. Um, and the other half of my world said at least she didn't put her hedgehog in it. Yes, that is okay, but we still had to go buy another brining vessel. Anyway, I have a garage refrigerator. How many people in the world have a garage refrigerator? A lot of people do, right? In Minnesota, we use those to warm our beer in the winter time so they don't freeze. That's what they're used for in Minnesota. And I'm completely joking. But I got in there, and half of my chickens were frozen in a block. I should have taken a picture. I did take a picture, but I didn't prep it for this. So they are now. I put the chickens in there, their ice block in my smoker, and I put the other chickens in there, and they worked. It's amazing. Smoked ice is what we're gonna have. It'll be amazing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they're messing with my food, Travis. I know. That's important stuff.
I'm telling you, that has to be a hard house. That's a hard household to live in, Peterson.
It is tough. It's tough. This world is tough. And I'm completely on script, ain't I? The whole entire time.
I don't even know where we are. I'm not even
gonna go. Giddy up. I have a theme, and I gotta bleep out the majority of the theme, but I'm like, let's just F it up real good. That's where I sat down today and said, we're just gonna F it up.
I think you actually said MF it. We're just gonna MF it up as we go. And so he's gonna take that role. I gotta think of a word for that because I use bologna sandwiches a lot for the BSing. You stop your bologna sandwiches.
McDonald's French fries.
There we go. McDonald's fries. There we go. There we go. So you got sugar in there. We talked about Dan. We're missing Jess today. I don't know where Jess went. We caught up with Ray on Wednesday. Ray and Tammy. We caught up with them on Wednesday.
I know. And one of our most devout guests and sign-ons all the time. If you guys ever see Senor Stephen Cade chime in all the time, my goodness, that guy is a rock star in the world of the People's Patriot Project. He will tell you about the history of it. He will tell you about the nuances of it, and he will just tell you how to run and roll and rock and roll with the People's Patriot Project. And we did all this as we tootled the Mississippi and the St. Croix River on. I originally had some plans to meet up with Stephen Cade, and then it just all worked out. We got some people together to go on the boat. If you're in Minnesota, and if you ever want to come to Minnesota, let us know. Andrea Eichmann is a good tootler.
I tootle well. Usually till the end. The end gets a little dicey, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, there's a
that
little
wasn't
drain.
Even the end. That was
there's a little drainage at the end, isn't there? It's like
oh, like tired? Is that no
tired and
I was actually pretty hot. Maybe sunscreen would have been a good idea, but I didn't.
We did. I learned something. I think, and they're going to chime in here in a second, but I didn't realize you're supposed to reapply sunscreen. I thought once you put it on, you're good.
No.
And I'm an anti-sunscreen kind of person anyway, because I figured if the caveman made it without it, and the cowboys made it without it, I don't need it. I'm glad I used what I used on whatever day that was. Was that Wednesday?
It was Wednesday, yeah, 2 days.
I'm glad I used what I used, but and I will use it again.
I think we're all lucky Tammy had it. I usually have one on the boat, and the boat, Partington, that's probably just for you. I don't know who else is watching, but on the boat, there's usually a tube of some sort of sunscreen, and there was none. And I, thank goodness, Tammy, So I have a thing too about sunscreen. I don't mind it, but I usually use like the 4 because otherwise you don't get tan. And in my age, I've bumped up to like a 30 because then you still get burned at the end of the day. Tammy had like a 70. I'm like, good Lord, they make a 70. What's the guarantee on that one? Well, the guarantee was you probably don't get burned. So good job, Tammy. No, it was good. Tammy had cookies too because I brought a little bitty treat for at the end of the day after we had like a sandwich and a chips. Really healthy day. I brought fruit too, but I think I brought the whole container unopened home.
What I appreciated is everyone just pounding that fruit tray. They just like, oh
Yeah,
gosh, I'm glad you brought the fruit.
You bring
Said
something
nobody.
healthy.
Said nobody.
No, they're like, you just brought something so healthy. Anyway, fruit's good
It
on a
just
hot day.
helped keep the beverages underneath it cold.
So I brought these little tiny, like, I brought chocolate covered peanuts from Fleet Farm. Those of you that know the Fleet Farm, yum. However,
I like
they were
it too.
in the cooler, and
They were.
so the bottom half of the baggie. So look at, here's one of the other. This is the other one, burnt peanuts. So like this bottom
Those
half.
are hedgehog balls.
These are the chocolate was not even melted, but then this part up here, I didn't even. So I put them back in the fridge, and now I have peanut clusters. But at the beginning, they were just, there was no treat. They were gone. They were melted.
It was nice that they were like on the bottom, but you would have to reach through the melted stuff to get to them. I'm like, nah, not doing it.
No, not even worth it. Tammy had cookies, and that was good enough for me.
We're going down the river.
Oh,
at Mach 1, close to Mach 1. One of our guests
we had just
on the
set
boat,
the table up. We just set the table up. It's a windy day.
Guests, it wasn't windy. It
was windy.
One of our guests thought it'd be a good idea to take a fistful of chips and put them on the table. And I was sitting on right there on it.
And they went, and he just looked. He picked up the one that was left and ate it. And he's like, well, I guess that was not a very good idea, was it? I'm like, I don't know. Do you ever think of things before you do them? Because
we love our friends, so
he's good. We can talk about him like that because he's going to a different country somewhere. Yeah. He's a good guy.
It's all fun.
It was fun. He'll be gone for three.
Come join us in our lovely, amazing, accepted, wanted chaos because we have so much fun when we're doing it. The Mellows got hold of me the other day, and I'm like, we got to get the Mellows. We got to do that.
I know we got to do that. We got to have an outing with them as well. And I do believe I saw Mike Felsky peeking in here as well. So Felsky, dude, we drove all the way to Granite Falls yesterday. We dropped off some posters. We were gonna try to meet.
We saw the penguins.
Yeah, the penguins were eating the sharks. It was crazy there. Beth, we thought maybe we could catch her for lunch, but she's in Marshall, and I'll tell you what, a 3-hour tour. It was a long drive. It was a hot day. It was a long drive. We did a video. We met some new friends down there. We got our posters. We put some posters up.
They ate some of the penguins while we were eating lunch.
Those drumsticks.
Yeah.
Penguin drumsticks. They're actually pelicans. We're kind of messing with you guys. Big, huge white birds that eat the fish. But then there were fish in there that were bigger than the pelicans.
The car we drove.
What?
They were bigger than the cars we drove.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed they were. Indeed.
Mike is laughing at our penguin story.
I said it to be funny.
I might be related to Steve Peterson. I didn't realize he was an SEN.
Yeah.
We'll have to make that whole connection come into play.
You guys, it's a small town. I loved it because I had a great uncle that lived in Maynard, which is just north of Granite Falls. So I'm having conversation with the guy who was helping set some stuff up on the parking lot. And I asked if he was from town. He said, yeah. And I said, oh, my great uncle, he was from Maynard. Oh, what's his name? Because, of course, this guy lives in Maynard. And, of course, he knew my great uncle Art and the family. And so we had a conversation. conversation. And then I somehow said something about being from Adrian, which is, shoot, it might even be
And no one
closer
on
than.
this whole thing even has a clue about it.
There are some. Yep, there's a couple people out there that know it.
Mike's on there. Mike.
He might know Adrian. I don't know, but of course he tossed out some names, some big farmer names, and I'm like, well, of course. I mean, there was only 1,000 of us in town, so I actually lived on the edge of town, part country girl, part city girl. Yeah, and then a kid I babysat. He worked for him. It was pretty cool. It was pretty
Thanks
small.
for putting up with us, everyone. Thank you.
Small world. So it'll be fun going back down there again and hanging out. And I'm going to put this out there.
Put it out there.
I'm going to put this out there. We haven't made accommodations for, I think 4 or 5 of our board is coming down. And then so 7 with the 2 of us and maybe more, because we'll have probably some people bringing food and some goods. And so we don't have arrangements for an overnight on Saturday as of yet. So anyone out there who has an idea, I'm going to check the casino. I don't know. And that's what we got. Maybe we'll camp. We'll have a kumbaya fire.
We'll make it work, man. We'll make it work. We're having conversations, and we love the organizers of R2R, and maybe the community is a little bit maybe outgrown this event, maybe a little bit, but we're going to pound it this year. We're going to do it. We're going to make it happen, and we'll figure out all the logistics after the fact. And if you're available anywhere across the country and or in Minnesota on August 13th, we have some of the most, we're spoiled. We are super spoiled. We have had some of the most amazing musicians connected with us in some of the events that we have done since we started this. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think for the year 2022, you will find a better lineup of musicians than what has been put together for this event on August 13th. Now, yeah, you can go to the bank and watch Zach Brown, but whatever. You're going to pay $140 to go see him. We've got Shannon Book with Deliberately Broken. We got Scotty Hastings out of Nashville, and we got JT Thompson. Sorry, I've done that religiously
every time
with the Gunslingers, and I'm telling you right now, it is going to be a night to remember. And so, if you're free and you got time, come down. Right now, I think it is an honor donation or a requested donation. I don't think they're asking for anything to come and do this, but please remember that these musicians are veterans. They've already signed the dotted line. They did their thing, and then they're coming out to make sure that they're helping all of us do what we do to take care of other veterans, first responders across the country when they are not where they need to be. And I'm going to tell you right now, Shannon Book has got the anthem for PTSD with Not Alone. Heart-touching song, and that specifically requested for this event. So if you don't miss it. If you're in Minnesota, don't miss it. It's take the ride, be with us, hang with us. You know what? There's some towns within driving distance you can find a place to stay, and we'll just have a hoopla of a day.
I think it would be fun. I was trying to find our little TikTok. Oh, I found it. Should we play the little TikTok video quick?
Can you do it?
I think I can do it. Let me try.
All right.
Ready? I don't know how to. Let me practice. I got to see if I can start it over. Okay.
She's learning. She's doing great.
Pause. Okay. So it has the pelicans. Let me see if I can make it big size. I can't make it big size. So you're going to have to just watch what you watch. Okay. The penguins are there. The event setter-uppers are there. Boom. Okay, I got to share, and then I got to go over here.
I like that you're going out on the edge here and trying.
Ready? Oh, wait. Yeah. Let's see. The volume is good. Okay, so let's make sure. Let's try it.
Peterson here with the People's Patriot Project.
And Andrea from the People's Patriot
And
Project.
we are out here in Granite Falls, Minnesota, checking out. We're doing an advanced party reconnaissance of this property that we're going to be doing an event on August 13th, and Andrea will tell you more. But check out these pigeons or turkeys or whatever they are. They're down here eating the tuna fish that are coming over, clearly this is Granite Falls, so those are probably Granite Falls, right? But here we go.
All right, so on August 13th, 2022, we're going to be here at the Legion. It's right over there on this beautiful river. And there's a motorcycle ride, Right to Remember, is hosting this whole day. And they are going to have sign up. I think starts at 8:30 in the morning. Check it, though, for sure. Sign up and then eats, drinks, kickstands up at 11. I believe they'll have their national anthem and then kickstands up. And then they'll be gone all day. There'll be some fun things going on for families, kids, and friends who aren't in the ride. When they get back, there's going to be some dinner and some conversation. And then we have musicians for you guys. We're going to have Shannon Book from Texas. He will be with his band Deliberately Broken. And then there will be Scotty Easton from Nashville. And he's a solo act, although I wouldn't be surprised if he joins in on the bands. And then JT and the Gunslingers will be up here as well from Rochester, Minnesota, all for your fun and enjoyment. So, hey, this is an awesome little city. Think about joining everybody out here, Ride to Remember's event on August 13th, 2020. Come stay for the fun, guys.
Check you then. Patriot Pride.
Peace. Okay, that's enough of that. That's just enough of that. Oh,
I know that those are pelicans. I know they are.
You do know that? Oh.
I know. And I know that there's no tuna fish in Minnesota.
No, but those carp are ridiculously big. Mike, thank you. Thank you. We are did you like that? Because I wasn't sure how to word. We rehearsed for a second before we did this, and I'm pretty new to TikTok. And I'm like, maybe I should have got the details of the event before I started trying to chat. So I don't know, maybe 8:30, but make sure you check and whatever. We'll put all the information. I was looking actually while it was on. I'm going to, because I think you TikTokers out there, I think you can put a QR code, but I just don't know how to get that QR code in there. So I will figure this out and I'll add a QR code. And then if you want the information, it'll be right there. Somebody go watch that. We only had 10 viewers or likes. We only had 10 likes.
Oh, yikes.
I don't know how many views.
It's a good ticky-tacky, as Mike Frelsky says.
It is a good ticky-tacky for sure. We did have a lot more views than that, but we need some followers. That's what we need.
Well, I'm going to steal it, Mike. I'm sorry, brother. We're new to ticky-tacky, and so we're...
That's funny.
It's good.
That is funny.
He said we hit the high points. He said he's cheerleading us on. We're good.
Yeah.
And so this is... It's not important to say because we're an organization helping support another organization is what it is. This is not the People's Patriot Project event. This is a Ride to Remember event. And again, we give them all the space and what they can do. We just have some connections. We're trying to make it all work. And we fully support what they're trying to get done and what they're doing. And so that's what we do. And we will continue to do this. And when there's not enough money in the bank to make sure that our veterans and first responders are all taken care of, we are going to continue to move forward by helping other organizations and figuring out the logistics. And that's
right. Let me throw this out there. So if you want to be able to see these performers perform, maybe you want to donate to the lighting fund. I'm kidding, only half kidding. Only half kidding. Lights are spendy, you guys. Lights are spendy.
Well, there were some added costs to this event. We'll figure it out. And they're in panic mode right now. And we're just like,
it all comes together.
Whatever. We'll figure it out. And
we'll be good.
we have the bands coming, and and I don't know if everyone knows the rules, but you got to have sound so you can hear the bands that are coming. And so it's good, and we'll get it figured out.
Well, sometimes bands bring their own. Sometimes they're coming from Texas.
You're right.
They don't bring
You're
their
right.
own. So
You're right.
It happens.
So here's a piece, because something that we're always looking for is a stage, and we're looking for sound, and we're looking for lights, and we've got actually a plan for that. And I have a hard time coming out and saying, hey, we need this to accommodate this, because our first priority is taking care of veterans and first responders where they're at. That's our first mission, number one. To make some of these things happen, and it's ridiculous, and people have to feed their families and have to do things. We're looking at a project that's a $300,000 project to accommodate all those pieces we just talked about.
So we don't have to run around the state and find parts and pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
And we can donate and or rent it to other organizations. If you know someone that wants to get into a business venture like that, let us know. I mean, it's not the number one item on our list of things that we need to do and want to do, because, again, what we need to do and want to do is take care of veterans and first responders. It's about a dozen missions back, but we've gone out, we've priced it, we made sure it's got the right equipment. We've talked to the right people, and we know what it's cost to put this together. And so it's a great business opportunity. I'm going to tell you right now, you might all be astonished by this, but for a weekend, one night of lights and sound, it's $2,000. And yes, there are some people that can do that cheaper. We just don't have them in our network right now. And if you know someone that does lights and sound, reach out to us. We'll have that conversation. And we're not trying to get it for free. We're not trying to slight anyone's business.
We just want everyone to enjoy the show. That's the big thing.
So
Absolutely.
let me just help explain. Like, how does this all tie? Like, you just got done saying you want to help veterans and first responders. And how do sound and lights tie into that, Peterson?
Oh, do you want me to answer? Or are you
Well,
answer?
do you need to I'll let you take a breather for a minute. Here's the thing, you guys. So we never really intended to be like music managers or even, I mean, yeah, music crosses your mind. So does poetry and books and people with their businesses and power sprayers, all that crosses your mind. But what happened to us way back when we started our little Patriot Playtime thingy is we invited, and the first few were veterans, we invited veterans with a story to tell. And that's what we did. And then sometimes we had like somebody who does therapy, somebody who knows groups that do this, someone who's an attorney that can help them. But the more and more that we had veterans come and tell their stories, the more and more musicians were actually coming to tell their stories with us. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of veterans that are musicians out there. And they really touch your heart when they say, well, I want to use my craft, my talent, my God-given abilities to help others. I found solace. I found therapy. It's like gardening. We have a lot of gardeners in our loop as well, but we had all these musicians. And so the brainstorming idea, when we got this really cool setup called StreamYard, the brainchild was, hey, let's bring a new musician on every week. And that becomes a little strenuous because finding new musicians that are not already booked 3-4 months ahead of time, that gets tough, that gets tight. But I mean, we had a lull and now we have all these new musicians coming up again. It's all about those who have found their niche, their healing grace, their little place, their little corner of the world that helps them, wanting to share it with others. And so, yeah, this is the world. Not only do they have their music, but they've been there, done that. A lot of them. I don't think really great music comes out of never having to struggle. So there's that piece. Some of their therapies brought the music out, and the videos. Very cool things. But I haven't yet
in our circle, in our network. I've met some, but they're not in our network. Those who have served, it doesn't matter what capacity, dispatchers, judges, police, fire, EMT, and veterans. Honestly, we have some that aren't even veterans yet. They're still active duty. And so all those in our network still, they want to give back. They want to pay it forward. I compared a little bit in my tiny world of wrestling. Referees wanted to continue the legacy. They wanted to give back to the sport that helped them be the person that they are. And I see this, but it's a much deeper brotherhood in the world of service to others. It's crazy. It's crazy good. So that's why we bring those musicians. That's why it's a big deal. All of a sudden, we had all these musicians and we wanted to get their music out there and their word out there, and they want to come and play in places that we're going to be, and we want them to come and play in places that we're going to be. And so that's what this is all about. That's why I had to learn about like what size speakers you need for a parking lot, and music slows down when you're outside. It's crazy. I know it. I know it all now. And Angie, thank you. Yes.
AKA Dan.
Listen, yeah, AKA Dan.
That's Holy Dan's weekend.
Yeah. It's action, it's awareness. Yes. I love it.
I want to say this is a vicious circle. It's not a vicious circle. It's a healing circle. And the really cool part about it is organizations from across the country, Danji, yes.
Yeah, Danji.
Organizations from across the country, AKA R2R, said, what do you have for musicians? And, Brian Gibson down in Project iHeart in Illinois, and down in Georgia with Adam Jones, and in Texas. Who do you have for musicians? Because I see him come on. And first of all, I want to say we don't have anyone for musicians. We have relationships with people that are musicians, and we consider them close friends. But this is how they feed their families. And so we give suggestions. We say this is where it's at. And it fits into our piece where we are the shock and awe in combating the silent, invisible, and deadly enemies of our veterans and first responders by creating events that get people out of their house and off their couch and coming and experiencing life again with people that have like understanding of where you've been and where you've been at. And I can't tell you, man, the hugs are fun. They're amazing. The handshakes are strong, firm, and assuring. And I don't know that we ever eat any crappy food and it's just this holistic opportunity of just like, oh my gosh, I'm with the people that care the most. And if you haven't been part of it, come check us out, man. We're enjoying it. We're loving life, and the people that we have surrounding us, we've assured are good people and are taking care of those that need it the most. And so sometimes I like it when our debrief is from the hip.
Yeah, it is kind of
we get a chance to, because we do have kind of this strenuous, strong script of what we're supposed to stick to, and to get as Mike said, get to the major points, the high points, and we do that. This weekend, what do we have? Yeah,
what do we have coming
we got your 6 at 6. It's under your name. Do you want me to run with it, or?
I want to tell you about it.
Okay, tell me about it.
This is really funny.
You've taken the reins today and said, Mark, you just sit back. I'm gonna come with umbrellas in my soda pops.
Let somebody wait on you next time. That's funny. So here's the thing. Sometimes it's hard for me to introduce when I wasn't the recruiter and haven't been. But this week we've got Teresa Gathers, and Teresa will be giving us a lot of motivation. She's a speaker. She travels around. She's got the edge. And then we have musician Mike Donnell. I hope I'm saying that right, Donnell. And so
could go by Mac too.
I went and listened to some of his music. He's good. So Mike Donnell Band. That is who will be here this weekend. And oh yeah, that's right. You guys are out of town. I saw that. I had to bite. Awesome. Awesome. Good to see you. Say hi to Rachel for us, Mike. So those two will be joining us this weekend, and I think the music is going to be amazing. And I'm sure if Teresa does, I don't think I met her actually at all yet, Teresa. Like I said, you guys, we've been meeting so many people. It's getting a little muddled in my mind. I know who I know though, and I know Peterson. You guys, we're on every Sunday night, 6:00 Central Time, 1800 Central Time. Let's stick with that. Sorry, those of you that live outside Central Time. The show can be found weekly on all major podcast sources like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Heroes Media Group, and our new website has all of the episodes as well linked through it. On that note, make sure you go check out our YouTube page, you guys. Please go check it out and please subscribe. I promise you'll not be disappointed. But we want to start monetizing and fundraising with some of the things we do. So if you could go subscribe and like our videos and listen to our videos. Some of them are sillier than this. Trust me. Some are very silly.
What?
So we're trying to increase our reach so we can so we can get to others and we can join other groups in our fight against the mental, physical, and emotional scarring.
Can we link our Tiki Tacky with YouTube yet? Is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe someone out there knows. I don't know this. Hudson, Danji, do you have any idea? I'm sure there's a way. It's funny. It's like you were reading my mind. That's what I was wondering. People's Patriot Project, you guys, it's an opportunity to serve. Dan, thank you for grabbing onto us, and I can't wait to see where this goes. It's a collaboration. We're here for you. We expect you to be here for us, and we're all here for those who have served. If there's something you think is important and you would like to make a difference, come on board and be a part of that solution. Our mission is that remembering is not enough.
You did awesome, Mike. Man.
I did all of it. I was tired listening to you. I mean, to be fair, I was in the car with this guy all day yesterday. So, all afternoon. And it was great. It was quiet. It was windy as heck. I mean, weird. Can we play a song? If anyone wants to stand and listen, can we play a quick song?
What do you want to play?
Do we want to tease with a little? What we could do? I know for sure, 100% we have Shannon in there.
Yep.
Should we tease with that a little bit? So those of you that are watching, you're not alone. You doing that one?
Want to do alone? Not alone?
Or do we have Dear Mom in there? Because that's a good one too. I don't want to give away too much.
You're throwing me a curveball.
You guys are going to have to come and see Mr. Shannon book if you want all of that. Because what's the name of that water I bought yesterday? They were 2 for $3 at SA. Death?
Killer Slasher.
Liquid Death. And I bought the mango chainsaw, and it was so good. Murder by water or something. I can't. Mountain water. We can do.
You got to give me a heads up on.
I know. I didn't. I was rambling. And so.
I love it.
So you guys, we're gonna close up with. I just talked to Shannon the other day. Actually, we sent him a little video message with our waters yesterday. Maybe I should put that on TikTok quick as well. I don't know. You guys help me out. What do you do on TikTok to get people to look at you? Because I am not necessarily a fan. I am and I'm not. I don't know.
You're doing good with it, though. It's better than I am.
Trying to figure it out. Just trying to figure it out.
We got Shannon Book, Not Alone.
Love you guys. Stay cool out there.
Patriot Pride.
He sits on his bed with his gun in his hand. He thinks his life is over, he can't understand. A bottle of whiskey and some pills in the drawer. He doesn't want to hurt himself or hurt anymore. Why must it be this way? think it all over and listen to the words I say. You are not alone. There are so many people who fight with their demons each day. 'Cause you are not alone. So take my hand, brother, let's beat this together today. You're not alone. She picks up the clothes that fall loose on the floor. She finds a crumpled letter just behind the door. Begins to read it with tears in her eyes. A horrible feeling takes over inside. Says, honey, can I talk to you? There has to be something that we can do. You are not alone. There are so many people who fight with their demons each day. 'Cause you are not alone. So take my hand, baby, let's beat this together today. You're not alone. Ooh, you're not alone. 'Cause you are not alone. There are millions of people who fight with their demons each day. Yeah. And you are not alone. So take my hand, son, let's beat this together today. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Sits on his bed with his gun in his hand. He puts it away, 'cause now he understands.